Alba La Panthera. This is a collective general ethereal energy update. We are currently, what's up? The moon is in Scorpio. In its final degree, should be 29 degrees right now. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Moon is in its final degree, being in the sign of Scorpio, 29 degrees right now. We are in the what? In the moon order. Okay. Let me see what else going on over here. I am available for personals. Check the community tab for details as to how to book your session with I. Yeah. Let me see something. I want to open up the chart for right now. Okay. Moon in Scorpio sitting right next to Lilith at that. Okay. Interesting. Wow. The sky is well active. Activo. Shit. We gonna club. But why is that even coming up right now? Hold on. What is this thing over here doing? Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Where is this even coming from? Anyway. Okay. That's interesting how that's doing that. All right. We're back. Here I am. Yo, noticing that when I hop up on these lives, the body temperature be rising. Shit. Yo, what is going on? So that energy is still present in regards to feeling or being tickled as if something is funny. Okay. We gonna see what's going on. As a matter of fact, let me get a few cards here for my deck. Cause the way this shit here is set up. Listen. Somebody could be taking a quick short trip. Something that's been hidden. I'm seeing it being in frozen state. It's melting and at the same time dissolving. Something that's been hidden could be some sort of secret. When it comes to some sort of emotional power, it could no longer be hidden in the shadows. So there's this rawness of truth without apology, especially with the moon approaching the sign of Sagittarius with Lilith in Sagittarius at 2 degrees. It brings it to a conjunction. So anything suppressed, especially anger, grief, unspoken resentment, is all surfacing, not to be processed gently either, more so to be acknowledged without distortion. So everything is being shown to you right then and there in a sense. You have patience. What's this? Saturn and Leo. Spiritual connection. Okay, we're going to pause here with that. Saturn and Leo, discipline and self-expression, the royal pillar of integrity, the gift of creative leadership with purpose. Having Saturn and Leo teaches the path of ego refinement, to shine not for attention, but for soul expression. You carry the responsibility of visibility and inspire others through sovereign example. Affirmation for Saturn and Leo, I create in devotion. My radiance is disciplined fire. T Grizzlies. Is that T? T it is? Anyway. So the responsibility of visibility, it could be some sort of issue, underlying issue that's coming to the surface now where one is allowing themselves to be seen. This could be you following the integrity of self, or there's something about with the patience you've had to your spiritual path, the connection to your spiritual path. People are now seeing you differently because everything you said is actually true. People were testing to see if what you were stating would come to pass, would be visible. Leo, sun energy. I feel a lot more of that is going to happen even in this 1 year connection to the sun. There's no turning back because with Pluto's involvement, it makes things irreversible. And any decisions you make now or any choices made now is going to alter your trajectory. It's going to change your trajectory moving forward. So there are great consequences with everything that is said. Any conversation now sets the terms that cannot be undone. There could also be where there are agreements that now expose who actually holds power and who has been negotiating from fear. There's a shift in who one can trust, especially with the tension that's being created between the Sun in Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer. That basically creates a tension between one's personal authority and emotional safety. So there's this instant urge to expand, to protect, or to comfort, but with the sun in Capricorn and one's personal authority, it's going to demand restraint, timing, and boundaries. So anything that has to do with over giving, over explaining, or emotional inflation is going to backfire under this type of energy. Let's say you even have this as a natal placement. This is why it's important for you not to be a people pleaser with the sun in Capricorn and having a Jupiter and Cancer opposing each other, especially within those degree points. A lot more growth now is going to increase more so from standing firm in one's boundaries and not being too excessive in the energy to protect another or even to overprotect yourself, where you may possibly even procrastinate to do something. But what stabilizes this energy is going to be that with Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, it makes a sextile to the sun. So that way, that energy, what it's going to do is it's going to stabilize the intensity. Basically, Saturn in Pisces, where it is right now, is insisting on spiritual responsibility, and Neptune is insisting on spiritual clarity. So it stabilizes the intensity where there is, let's say, a guard that helps you in matters of people pleasing. It's Saturn and Neptune insisting being spiritually responsible and spiritually clear, rather than going towards something that allows you to escape the situation. By kicking off the internal question of, are you living your values in form, or is it just a theory? So are you living your truth, or you just have a truth that you're not applying? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. With Uranus and Taurus, the changes that happen now come through more so the restructuring of your material reality. So when it comes to money, resources, your work rhythm, and physical environments, these are going to be the points of where you can actually manage your level of freedom, not so much through rebellion. And what's going to help you with that is Chiron and Aries square in the sun, where it's going to be exposing wounds around self-initiation, autonomy, and your right to act without permission, where a lot of the pain has grown completely to a point of, okay, enough is enough. However, this is something that continuously happens over and over again. The difference now is the response you have towards it. So it's not so much about healing by revisiting the wound. It's more so taking action despite the wound itself. That's what connects you more so to the medicine of healing that and moving forward. So let's see what else comes through. What else I got here? We got respond. The universe is nudging you this month. Ooh, somatic healing. So shifting the energy out of your body through movement and verbal expression simultaneous with movement. You know what this is coming through as? The most mundane activities as a stepping stone of shifting this energy out of your body. Let's say you've been procrastinating on taking the trash out, and the thought comes up to you once again. Don't procrastinate another moment. Take that trash out at that moment, because that's also helping your body to, go through that process of at least some sort of movement. And as they say, it's the simple things. It's easy to really overestimate the most simplest, intuitive nudges simply because of waiting for the perfect time, or you're not ready right now. Some of you could have Virgo highly aspected, where a lot of your self-inflicted blockages are more so from you waiting for a perfect moment. So the best thing for you to do is to separate your worth from how much you're doing. Because you may not feel worthy if you're not doing enough. And that can easily, over time, put you in a state of feeling lazy. Everything has its process. But you are the awareness, you are the generator that can alter any process or change the trajectory of anything that you're experiencing at the moment. It's really up to you, though. Place yourself, even if it's just for a moment, of being a professional athlete. Don't care about what your body type is right now. Just place yourself in that position where the way you're able to feed yourself and take care of responsibilities is because of whatever this sport is that you're doing, which means you cannot sit there and say, oh, I don't feel as though I desire to do this today. You don't have that option. But also, a professional athlete is not concerned about that level of thinking, because this is something they're devoted to, which is why in a previous message I stated to you all, begin to set the structures for a reality that you can be devoted to. Okay. Let's see what else. We have inevitable divine justice. Okay. The room A-wise. Let me get another one for that. Welcome, beloved. Harness the energy of the planet. Be one with source and ground those roots. And the year of the snake. So just this past year. We have, what is this? AWA's movement, progress. Wow. Horse, which is 2026 as of February, year of the horse. Passage, transition, and movement, relocation, new attitudes, or new life confirmation. There you go. The mind will trust the body will trust the mind. The mind will trust the body will trust the mind, especially when what it is that you desire to do is based on devotion. I mean, if it's a desire, it's strongly connected to a devotion anyway. What you want to do is different. It may not necessarily be what you're devoted to. Well, it really isn't, because that's going to burn out. And when you're connected to your desires and devotions, it's a steady movement. There's also a message here in regards to trust between individuals. while also increasing the ability to detect deceit and uncover subtle questions and answers, a deeper trust and bond with animals, trust, teamwork, love, partnership, and emotions. The snake is here. Harness the energy of the planet. Some of you could actually be going through a Kundalini awakening. Ain't that something? How's that going for you? Voice your concerns to the ancestors. 32 shared your energy. And there's sirens in the background. Five, 4, 2. Let me see. Five, 4, 2. It's a message that the strong connection you have with your angels has helped to manifest blessings and positive abundance into your life. The trust you have now, the trust you have shown in the guidance you have received and the actions you have taken have put you in line for reaping long-term rewards. Now, that is a question to ask yourself. One, have you been trusting the guidance that you have been given between you, your ancestors, your spirit guides, whatever it is you yield to as a higher power? The guidance that you have received, have you trusted in it, and so much so to take actions in alignment to that trust in it? Because that's the line you're getting into in regards to reaping long-term rewards. Or another lesson, 22:44 on the timer, 17:44 on the clock. This is the moment to invest in yourself and your spiritual quest or career. 542 indicates that the changes currently occurring in your life will bring about improvements and positive opportunities that will benefit you on all levels. Those positive opportunities could just also be the green light towards opportunities based on where it is that you are accepting yourself to be energetically. Let's see what we got going on here, collective. Ooh, celebration. Okay. Celebration as a result of letting go of fear. So because it's the word fear, we're looking at the root chakra, as that would be the energy that blocks you from the reward and celebration that comes with you being in alignment and in tune with that root chakra. Okay. So, Oh, shit. Y'all, here's the thing, okay? For whatever years, eons is to come, people are going to remember or straighten up when it comes to respecting people's spaces, ancestors, and all that greatness. Okay? This is not the age of Pisces and these fucking pity parties. No, it's not. It's not a space of desperation either. Desperation in itself is quite the toxic spirit. We don't do that over here. View, observe, align with your intuition. And if that's something that you have yet to get into a deeper alignment with, even more so for a reason in regards to observing before saying anything. Because that's another thing. People get so intrigued by what it is that they see and they skip the steps based on the process that they have. Not a process in regards to what I feel is your process. No, your own process. You skip a step and enter places that provide you with information and still carrying a spirit of desperation. And it's not the best place for you to be in. Especially if one is not going to take heed to the guidance. Celebration as a result of walking your truth. Putting a stop to things, yeah. Putting a stop to things that are not in alignment with you, your path, and your energetic vibration. As we continue to mention non-negotiable boundaries, we're not gonna sit here and do none of that. It is exactly what it is, and it's what it's going to be and is. It's your moment to shine. It is your moment to shine. Let's put it this way, the way this is coming through here. It's your moment to shine. But you're going to have to trust your own vision. Especially when it comes to completing cycles, in order for that vision to be something you experience in your reality, with this 2 and this 9 showing up here. Some of you could be a life path 11 or 2 or 9. If you are a life path 9 and you have the opportunity to be around a life path 11, 22, 33, for one, know your life path. Secondly, know that you're around these ascended master energies and take heed. Don't be out here moving stupid. Because a lot of life path 9s have a tendency to be around ascended master life paths, but they're unaware of it and constantly place themselves in tumultuous, self-inflicted, wounding experiences over and over and over again. By choice. By choice. Because a lot of times, a 9 may experience someone who is younger than them, and that's it. That's all it takes for them not to be able to see the wisdom that is being shared with them, to literally assist them with closing out something that may be rough to close out on their own, and they're able to do it on a much more in a much more cleaner way that truly allows them to move forward, and not closing something out, or quote unquote closing something out and re-entering it again. Pausing rather than re-entering, pausing and re-entering, especially when it's something that's to be closed. We have here sacred divinity. There are 2 paths ahead at the bottom of this spread. Number 3 is your time to utilize your voice, your gifts. Marketing could be of significance. Authorship, acting, music, with the number 3 showing up here. There are 2 paths ahead. If you are someone with the Saturn in Leo or 5th house, it's the moment for you to really become much more focused when it comes to your creativity. Because then with Saturn going into the 6th house, it becomes a way of service for you. But because it's something you enjoy coming out the 5th house, you're also devoted to it. Surrender. Okay. We got celebration, walk your truth, shine, surrender, CWSS. And then we have surrender to third eye vision, visionary again coming up with that 11. And there goes 36, which is a 9. So someone here is definitely a life path 9, or you are around someone who is a life path 9 as an ascended master life path 11, 22, or 33. Let me see what the surrender message is, okay? I'm also getting, there's a time and place for it all. Now it's just a moment to stop playing oneself, though. Okay. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. That's that Taurus energy, Uranus and Taurus. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, the moon opposing Uranus right now. It's really bringing forth sudden emotional realizations, disruptions, or revelations. Mood shifts basically right now are not random. They never are. It's basically a data spike. So something in your nervous system is responding to truth faster than your conscious mind can even frame it. 33 on the timer. So that's why it's important to trust, surrender to the wisdom of your body. 31, especially when it comes to a rebuilding of your foundation. See, there goes that manifestation of your words, the 3 into the 1. That anything that is said at this moment is going to alter your trajectory moving forward. I mean, it usually does. However, in this present moment is just a stronger frequency because of the alignments we presently have. Especially with Pluto's involvement, with the Sun conjunct Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, and Vesta. Vesta has everything to do with that devotion. And all of this is forming basically a solar engine. Someone could be an engineer. This is the second time that's coming up. So your identity, your thoughts, love, desire, power, and devotion have the opportunity to be activated all at once at this time. So when you experience some type of mood shift, it's nothing's ever a coincidence, but utilize that as something that is once again showing up through your nervous system quicker than your mind can put it into an image or really see exactly what it is. So surrender to the wisdom of your body. Ashe. Listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Then we have here, surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego could work against you, but humility will further your goals. Here's the thing. And I love that this came up right after this. Because some of you could be experiencing some type of mood shift around people who feel as though, oh, you should be doing this because you have the skill set to do it. But if it's, once again, not something that you love and would be devoted to, you do not have to say yes to it. If your nervous system is already telling you to abort mission, you don't have to sit there and renegotiate with anything external to you when your nervous system already told you the answer. And not so much coming from a fear-based way of taking action. No, because that's very easy to misconstrue the message that was just given. Where some of you, your body is more susceptible, or it has, some of you have to really destroy that program you got going on within your body of fear, which is basically, taking you out of opportunities that are actually for you. So there's some groundwork that really has to happen in order to know the difference. As I said, I'm available for personals. We got here, surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Especially with this rune, Ewas, showing up, which has to do with the ability to dissect even, deceit, even in the most subtle ways. And then we had here inevitable divine justice, respond, the universe is nudging you, patience. I'm gonna look at these in a bit. Let me grab one more. $39.11 could be of significance. Immediate switch. Okay, we're going. There goes that 3 energy. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. message you have here? Spring, see your seeds grow. Excuse that noise. See your seeds grow. Huh. With the whole rabbit on it. See your seeds grow. But with fear, you're going to constantly be activating a level of fear that doesn't allow you to see when your seeds have actually grown or an opportunity presents itself. See, I knew there was something there. Let's dive deeper into this. Let's get it. To clear it out, what we got here. The oracle. Wait for important information. So this, okay, with the way this is coming through, this could be prolonged waiting. Prolonged waiting. Because I don't usually read these reverse, but the way it landed right on top of the rune Awaz, there's some sort of subtle information that comes through in the most subtle of ways. Again, the nervous system with data spikes, basically mood shifts that are giving you the information that you've possibly felt as though you've been missing. But you can't miss something that's already available to you. Or already with you. Wow. Trust in the unknown. Bueno. Father Sky, which is basically confirming the way the sky is set up right now, the cosmos, the unknown, the trust that you will have. Trust is also connected to the energy of the 8th house, Scorpio transformation. So again, back to the mood shifts. It's pinpointing you exactly where you are to go. Let's see here. Trust in the unknown. Continue to speak, source. What's this? I'm also hearing what's known doesn't have to be explained, with the focus on the neck that I just feel, the neck that I just feel, the neck that I just felt. Someone, English could be your second language. Or something about distant shores, 9th house energy. Maybe this has to do with you writing your book, publishing, things of that nature. Be the light. Be the light. Be the light. Give yourself the go. Give yourself the green light by trusting your heart. That's a major message. Shit. Because in order for the owl to eat when it's at mountain levels, in a sense, and it's covered in snow, the grounds are covered in snow, in order for the owl to have its dinner, it has to hear the heartbeat of its prey that could literally be lurking under the snow, which basically means that it's not visible to the owl's physical eyesight. But what is stronger than its physical eyesight is the conversation that they are having with their ears in connection to their mind and their heart, being in coherence that allows them to hear their prey that's literally beneath the snow, hearing their prey's heartbeat. So once again, your nervous system is on a whole other level right now, collective, okay? It really is. It's basically moving as your protection on some other shit. real, for real. Hold on. Y'all just went there with this one. Golly. I'm here for it, though. I am here for it. One more thing. Okay. So, hold on. Let me look at this because it's something about the crown chakra here. This owl with these antlers. It's very significant. Athena, wisdom. Okay. Let me move these about. Oh shit, that's what it is. You see that? That's exactly what the rabbit be running from. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Looking back, moving in fear, walks you right into what it is you're more fearful of. But that's also where your power is. You know what? Wow. That is very interesting. What is going on? Show me the collective you're talking about right now, okay? Because, greetings. What is this about? Wow. We're going to this one. Let's go to the Starman deck, actually. Oh, boy. Show me. What has already arrived? Oh my gosh. Oh, shit. What has already arrived? This has to do with that inevitable divine justice up there. I keep being drawn to that as I'm looking into what information has already come in. Your, wow. Your emotional fulfillment. A desire fulfilled, rather. The emotional fulfillment of that desire is the Ten of Cups. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, an opportunity for independence. And what's this? And this, that's exactly, no, it was actually the Page of Swords that I was seeing in my mind's eye. We got the Fool card here. You got all of the odds. So you wait on a perfect moment and you have all the tools, skill set, and abilities to take that leap of faith. Fuck is you waiting on? Some of you keep reuniting with the ghost of your past here. At 5111, this is what's distracting you. Show me more about this. I mean, this is a falcon. That's not an eagle, but for some of you, your own higher self is actually annoyed with you right now. I'm not laughing at you. We gotta laugh about this shit though, so that you could get the moving, okay? 'Cause shit. You say pay attention to when the snake shows up in the cards and the time. Will do. Yeah. Someone you walked away from, you keep getting distracted by. Wondering, should I? All right now. You are fulfilled once you leave, and then you asking yourself, should you go back? I mean, you know the answer. You know the answer, and this is what keeps you in the state when it comes to your own goals and aspirations, and you keep stunting your growth. Because the only thing this here rabbit, although the message says, see your seeds grow, this motherfucker looking directly at what it's afraid of. Like, come on now. Come on, man. All in your head and shit, confused. Some of you got Saturn and Pisces. You could be 29 or 30 right now. It's your Saturn return. And Saturn, every time it returns, it asks you, are you prepared to step into a higher level of maturity to build a much more solid structure from the wisdom you've gained from these lessons? And if all your actions are directed more towards no, I want to keep doing this fuck shit, then don't complain when the fuck shit keep coming back. Because you're possibly hoping something changes for the better. Hope is just as great as fear. So you can start there. Because when you have trust in the unknown, to have trust in the unknown is just so much unknown. If you know that it's unknown, not necessarily you know the shit is unknown, so you know something. Okay. I'm just saying. Nine of Swords. Don't be out here losing sleep and shit. Talking about your head hurt. That's self-inflicted. Losing sleep. Just to be in the comfort zone. Gratitude for that 100. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. 989. Somebody really at a threshold when it comes to closing out a cycle for real. All you need is that one more 9, but it's already here. You already went through that. You've already experienced the joy of leaving things behind that no longer serve you. To the point that your money even went up. And that motherfucker actually came out. I just realized that. As I put it on the table. There goes the... So, you know what? I ain't playing with y'all. Get off my screen. What is with somebody who's born August 9th, September 8th, 89 or 98? This 9, 8, 8, this 9, 8, 9, 8. Look at that. 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 88, 99, August, September. 11 years. Some of y'all been going back and forth with the situation for 11 years. You not tired? 54, 55, 44 on the time. You ain't tired? You're not tired. Doing the same shit over and over again. Crying over the same shit over and over again. Talking to you blue in the face and people around you keep doing the same shit. You ain't tired of doing that? Or telling yourself you're going to do this differently, but you keep going back to the ghost of your past because you're comfortable there. I get it, but you, come on now, you can do way more than that. Why continue to make yourself susceptible to the lifestyle, no judgment to Section 8 when you out here really a billionaire for real? A billionaire mindset with Section 8 habits. Gotta get rid of that. Time and place for everything. You had your moment of struggle, get up on out of there. Because there's still some people out here that are doing well pocket-wise, but that mindset of theirs, that shit does not equate to that bank account. No way, no near, nowhere near. Somebody has English as a second language, or this could strongly be coming from an ancestor that's been relaying this message to you, and it's just a confirmation because I keep feeling that energy strongly, where English is a second language. And precisely so. The trapped in fear card is the Eight of Swords. If anything, you came back into this dimension, into this lifetime specifically to finish off a cycle here. Let me see. One moment there. All right. Let's take a look at what this is. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling telling you? Oh, shit. I mean, that makes sense. Atlantis head ass. And then you got men talking. You know what? If you don't get your ass on your mission and stop complaining about whatever it is you're complaining about, attempting to bring people on who they, telepathy is bullshit to them, as an example. But you hear everything they're telling you that they're not saying out loud. You really can explain certain things to certain people. I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of that. But this could also be where some of you may have to set those boundaries in terms of communications you're having with certain people who are not really in alignment to, you know what I'm saying, where you are at based on the different levels of communication and being mature about it. Because some people may encounter someone after they told them, you know, they are able to communicate with them telepathically, and then some form of disagreement comes up, and then the person who's not fully tapped in says, well, aren't you the one that said that you can do that type of shit? You shouldn't be indulging in that. As soon as, especially if it's on a phone call and the person said, well, aren't you the one that said it? Click. Because why are you still letting that go through your ear gate? The closest thing to your temple. If you truly are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Huh. You a whole legend out here. Listen. Okay, let me see. A karmic relationship. Well, no, that's what that shit was. Which is basically a relationship of learning a lesson. What's the lesson? The lesson. Oh, this is a vow you made in the past life. You can null and void the shit out that vow. Okay? You ain't gotta. No. Show me this relationship lesson. Show me this relationship lesson. Well, who better than that? You know, wow. Chiron. Obviously deeply rooted, all right. Fucking Atlantis shows up. You don't get no more deeply rooted than that. I mean, it can. I'm just saying. You know? You can put the cross down. I'm telling you, leave that Age of Pisces shit alone. You can move in a way that you are aware of what's happening and what to do. But taking action based on that is a different story. This is why, at this point, there's really no reason to be having these type of debates about the Bible just to prove a point. Because that's all in connection to performance. And moving deeper into a frequency of authenticity, authenticity has nothing to do with performance. Too many people out here want to prove whatever the fuck it is they know, but not really applying that shit to their life because they walking around this motherfucker miserable as hell. Live your life, enjoy it. That's the main thing. The main reason you came into this realm is to evolve and enjoy life. But when it comes to this Chiron moon, that's the part, especially with people who are not aware of it from at least an astrological sense, carrying burdens or vows, past generational grief and wounds, because this person did this and they went through it this way, holding on to certain traditions that are not actually in alignment to your soul's purpose, for real. Where past generations, some family members may have gone through initiations and so on and so forth. Some of you have come into this realm to move past that. Literally put it this way. You see when people say, so-and-so ancestor was a prayer warrior. That same passion, fire, all elemental forces that allows them to be that warrior, many within the collective now are literally that recipe in the flesh. So you do with that what you will. I'll tell you this though. You're not supposed to be doing the same thing those from the past have been doing. There are many reference points, documents, books, documentaries, whatever the case may be, while you also have the information within you constantly buzzing and evolving. Live your life through the information that's constantly expressing itself to you. As that recipe in the flesh in regards to the elemental forces that your past ancestors would link themselves to do whatever it is they had to do. Now, once you carry on that level of resonance, you can't be out here playing yourself, listening to something and going back as soon as this live is over, going right back to the same mental state of poverty, fear. And all this other nonsense. Chiron in the 12th house. Shit. Shout out to fellow Chiron in the 12th housers. That shit is not a game. What? Man. Huh. That's clearly stating you are the one that's here to undo yourself from whatever this deeply rooted wound is. And the answer is in your habits. What you do, the way you express yourself, who you're expressing yourself to. Specifically, the expression with yourself. So, and until that lesson is mastered, your relationships are going to perpetuate that cycle over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of you got something to do with the, for sure, your spirituality. I'm seeing that card from the Love Angels deck. What is it? Your love life is influenced by your spiritual background, something of the sorts. And then we got leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So there's something here in regards to trust issues. The issue with trust is not people, it's trust itself. Once you get to the root as to where you are lacking the essence of trust, obviously there's going to be an experience that shows up in terms of where someone may have disrespected you, where, the trust was broken. But the first order of disrespect was yourself. Because you have to allow that energy to enter your presence, your energetic space. Specifically, some of you, this may have something to do with when you were a child. Between specifically 3 and 9. But the way this thing here shows up with vows, karmic relationship, Atlantis, carried on a lesson from a previous life into this one, and the shit sped up and it started early. Class was in session early. Not saying that a child deserves that level of way of being, but the spirit and the soul is not the age of that vessel or that body that it's in. This is why I say there's channeling for everyone. If you want to keep playing the blame game, being in sorrow, pains, and regrets, you might as well leave now. This is strictly a place of accountability. Because anyone that you attract into your life, even if it's someone who's a liar, a cheater, a thief, you were a liar, a cheater, and a thief to yourself. To give space to that energy where it felt comfortable enough to finesse you first and then move according to plan. And lying, cheating, and being a thief towards oneself has everything to do with this is your goal, these are your aspirations, something as simple as a mundane activity that you were going to do at a certain time or a certain lucid moment, aka a day, but you let days go by and you still didn't do it. All of that shit adds up. It's energy we're talking about. Energy could give a fuck less about a person, a physical vessel. It just knows it has to keep moving and transforming. That's all it's aware of. Humans could be extremely smart, but also stupid as fuck at the same time. Respectfully. Because of words that we can put to express a feeling or a thought. And a lot of the words that we use are actually shit that is going against you any old fucking way. Sometimes. If y'all used to people not keeping it real with you, you ain't supposed to be here. I love you though, but go somewhere else. For real, for real. Food, hunger, being in relationships and partnerships you know that you still starving in, on a constant train of, oh, this got to do with the constant apologizing. Okay, so some of you could be connected to someone, or you could be this type of person where you're constantly saying sorry. Sorry means that you regret what you do. And if you're constantly using the word sorry and there's nothing you did for you to regret what you did, excuse me is a better word. Especially if you didn't regret what you did, which should also put you in the mindset of how much of what is it that you do you actually regret. Again, this is a space of accountability and awareness. Being in ships, relationships, partnerships, whatever, that don't feed you. Maybe feeding off of you though. Here's your advice. Prophecy fulfilled. Bison, abundance, success, personal power. You are being guided to be flexible, go with the flow, and allow things to happen rather than force them. Universal opportunities are stacked around you. Center yourself and resonate with your core values, and you will reap many rewards. You want to be more familiar precisely with your core values and not just what people tell you based on commandments or what was the other shit? Amendments and shit. Look at your Venus placement. That's going to tell you everything you have to know about your core values, okay? Yeah. Then we got the Heron, detachment, faith, harmony. You are being guided to follow your inner wisdom. Yes, 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 yes. Find clarity and focus on purpose, passion, and joy. Begin now to reinvent yourself and your life. You are a powerful co-creator with limitless inner wisdom and infinite potential. But that's up to you to decide if you desire to engage in that infinite potential and inner wisdom, or who hurt you and who did this and they did that, and all right, keep it up. Keep it up. It won't get no better. That's just the truth. You got options. You're going to have to surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. And this way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah? What's over here? Hidden realms. Create conscious awareness. 7714 on the timer. Of the world within worlds. The worlds within worlds. Interesting. 2036. This is actually one of my favorite cards of this deck, for real. Something about your vision is going through an unlocking process because of an experience you may have recently had that may possibly have been traumatic. It's usually the way that works. Not in all cases, doesn't have to be that way. However, for some, if you're being stubborn, then yeah. Break through old habits and negative behavior, 2036, and move on in your life in positive ways. Somebody's name is Dwayne. In positive ways and directions. Let go of negativities, fears, and worries that drain your energies, and look to activities that uplift and empower you. As I said, I am open for personals. The information as to how to book your session is in the community tab within the post. There is a questionnaire that you would have to complete, so you are not misusing your time, and neither am I, so that we know we are a great fit for one another to move forward with me providing you with that level of journey of life analysis. Because I'm not for everyone and neither are you. That's just what it is, okay? And if you happen to be one who receives a message where I tell you, not at this moment, I'll give you about 3 more months, as long as you're not in your weak ass feelings, and don't come back. It's just that simple. Go heal. Do what you do. Respectfully. Just it's another thing. People really be out here literally wanting people to fit their bill as to what makes them comfortable. You go place yourself where you are in alignment instead of telling other people what the fuck to do. What is wrong with people? But yeah, much love to you all. You got Guardian Angel, and as I'm picking these up, what is going on over here? But anywho, I'll see you on the next live. Much love.